Hi, very good afternoon to you. It's June from Avstar. Guys, over on Patreon, we've released the latest magnetic North Pole positioning for you. If you want to go over there, it will cost $5, which isn't a lot of money, but I know it is to a few. But, you know, it shows that you're supporting us, and that enables us to delivering on the data that we supply you with regards to, you know, things like the Trimag stuff that we do. We've updated the website as well. Why don't you have a look at what we've got on the website? There's not just information on the magnetic North Pole, although it is primary directed in that area, but we do have other things on there, like the volcanoes that are in eruption around the world, which is updated about 2 or 3 times, I think that widget is, as well as a lot of other widgets, like the latest in the last 24 hours largest magnitude of earthquake. Well, in fact, you know what, you can choose whatever magnitude you want on that page, but the website's free, the Trimag data's free, but we do ask for a little bit of support from you guys over on the Patreon. We ask you to join us. You know, there's 186 people on there. You know, it'd be great to see a few more of you guys come over. I mean, we've got 58,000 subscribers on YouTube, and you know, it would be great to see just a couple more of you guys come over there, and, you know, not just come over there, but help support us doing what we're doing. If Patreon is not your thing, there's a PayPal link down there. And as I said before, if we can get it nearly back to what we was at last year on PayPal, on YouTube, we'll bring the magnetic North Pole data back to YouTube for you guys. So it's all under one roof. It's entirely up to you, and remember, none of it is mandatory. We do a lot of free stuff on the website, and we do talk about things like, you know, what is happening as a result of the magnetic North Pole migrating on our Earth and South Pole. As a result of that, what it's actually doing in terms of affecting the jet streams. You see, when we have a weakened magnetosphere as a result of, you know, things changing in the core of our planet, in the dynamo that produces the poles, you know, we will have extra cosmic rays inbound in our upper atmosphere due to, you know, a weakened magnetosphere, which is said to be at 20 to 25% and currently weakening as we speak, little bit by bit. The weather and the climate isn't getting any better, and it's not more favourable now than it was 20 years ago for the supporting of the breadbaskets around the world. I'm talking about the arable cropping fields that farmers use. You know, with the increase in cosmic rays in the jet streams, and then that leads to more water vapour condensing in the atmosphere and in the jet streams. You know, that in turn leads to fragmentation of the jet streams, both northern or both polar and subtropical, and when that happens, you know, we get these flash floods, you know, breaking records in 100 years. And it certainly isn't getting any better, the climate on our planet, because we haven't reached equilibrium yet with the poles reversing. And certainly, you know, that breadbasket of the world is not getting any bigger as a result of that. In fact, we see more farming land going offline every year now. Why is that? It's because what farmers do is they tend to drive with alongside the climate or the changing temporary climates, and that means that they eventually run out of a crop that they can put in that field because it just isn't sustainable anymore to do that, or it isn't profitable. And of course, you know, with farmers getting caught out with flash floods and droughts, you know, there is only a certain limit. Just like, you know, ordinary families, farmers are no different. You know, they have to take a huge gamble when they put the crops in the ground. The yields that they get back out of the ground at the end of that growing season, and of course it has to pay for, you know, some of the dearest equipment that people use on the planet. I'm talking about agricultural equipment. It's not cheap. When you're looking at a New Holland harvester, you're probably looking over £1 million worth of equipment. And that is why a lot of farmers use contractors now here in the UK and elsewhere around the world, because they simply can't afford to buy that unit just for their own use. So they'll have contractors, or they'll have syndicates where they share the burden of that cost and they all get to use it. But that means, you know, that sometimes these farmers are all going to use that one piece of equipment, or that the demand will be there for that one piece of equipment all at the same time, or contractors are pushed to the limits where they are now, you know, working all through the nights using GPS guidance systems in their cabs, so that they can pull in as fast as possible that crop and get it as fresh as possible to the shops for us guys. You know, they really are struggling right now. And you know, one thing, if I can recommend, is that in some way or form, you know, you support your farmers, even if it is, you know, like what we've seen globally. It's not just related to Europe, but globally, even if it is just supporting them with, you know, their subsidiaries and fuel tax break cuts and things like that. You know, they do one of the hardest and work the longest hour jobs on this planet, and they definitely deserve a little bit more appreciation for the likes of me and you that just take it for granted that when we go into that shop, there is an abundance of food and it's fresh. And it's not all the time that farmers get the best buck for their produce at the end of it. So, you know, we should really be on the side of the farmers. This is not going to change, guys. You know, our climates are going to continuously, as we go through this magnetic reversal, change. And they are going to throw spanners in the works for farmers. As we carry on through this magnetic pole reversal, you know, we will see further dislocations and more frequent dislocations of the jet streams and intermingling. And of course, it isn't rocket science to figure out what is the result of, you know, a polar jet stream meeting a subtropical. And just depending on whether that's in the northern hemisphere that happens, or in the equatorial region or the tropical region of our planet, that is what spells, you know, tons and tons of snow and ice. And, you know, if it's in the tropics, you know, flash floods, breaking records. So a few things there for you to think about. You know, guys, really would be amazing to see a little bit of support come back from the channel. And there's a PayPal link down there in the description. And of course, you are more than welcome to come over to Patreon and receive twice a month a latest pole position, as well as Earth Alpha at a glance data, where we get the other equipment that we've got out, and, you know, we do something special for you guys. Okay, the latest position is over on Patreon if you want to go and see that. And I'll say what I usually do: you take care of your loved ones, guys. As always, take it easy. Bye for now.